I just kind of wanted to do a follow-up on the brass oilers. Yesterday I kind of did a little bit on them. I recommend, if you spent time polishing them, see there's the drip lens down below. It should be right about center. It's shut off. The toggle is kicked over. If I kicked it up, she'd start dripping oil on the floor. The oil is only in there for I guess dramatic effect. I was a bit surprised when I was cleaning. I'm actually pleased. You know, the Essex Brass Company, Detroit, Michigan, it's not a valuable name. It's not anything the collectors look for, but I'm pleased it had the name on it because that shows it's old. And that isn't spring loaded, but that does cover. There's enough room there to allow it to breathe. And I did, if you take the time to shine them, it's kind of a pain. But if you handle them barehanded, I see my homemade gasket isn't working. They came with what do you call it, gasket, cork gasket, but one of the cork gaskets was completely destroyed. I see my cardboard, my shoebox didn't work out so well. I think, see, there's some stains. I didn't want to get too carried away. I may yet, though, because on the underside you can see whatever it was screwed to, the rust is still stuck to the underside of the screw. The thread's cleaned up nice. I'm actually kind of pleased about that. This is not the one that I showed you yesterday. Here, let me put that. I've been standing it up in an empty pop bottle to balance it, but this is the one I showed you yesterday with the screw-off cap. And I'm probably going to clean this one up. This one's in a little better shape. It's also Essex Brass Company, Detroit, USA. Same. I really hadn't even thought about these for years, but I was thinking yesterday I should put up a video on something, and something old, because that's kind of what I'm about. But I'm thinking I'll clean this one up too, like that one. I had plenty of practice over the years with Brasso. You know, it takes a lot of work, and I recommend you wear gloves when you do it, or your hands. It's going to take about a week to scrub the black crud off your fingers. Plus, it has kind of an unpleasant odor on your hands for a couple of showers. And you won't find the tin cans anymore. That tells how old it is. You always shaped it up before you used it, and it will eat through the black tarnish. I had a lot of experience with that. In the military, they liked using that to shine up your brass belt buckles. And in one case, out in the Aleutians, we used to have a punishment duty was to wax the captured Japanese artillery piece that had been taken. The Japanese actually occupied the next island over in the chain. And of course, they gave it to the Marines to polish and wax it. I bet that thing never looked that good. But it was waxed and painted on and the brass gun sight was polished on a regular basis. All the brass moving parts, when the sun did come out, it'd blind you. And falling under the heading of don't do anything when you get married that you don't want to do for the rest of your life. We bought a house that had a really beautiful, couple of very beautiful oak doors with brass fixtures, you know, doorknob, hinges. And I told her, well, I can polish that up. And so therefore, for years, a couple times a year, I had to polish it up, because when you touch brass that's been polished, you leave oil and sweat on the doorknob, and she'll start discoloring pretty rapidly. So I had plenty of practice, and yes, it does have a warning: keep out of reach of children. Don't don't drink. And like I say, it's got a fall odor. Yeah. Anyhow, like I say, it's I recommend you wear gloves, and you won't find the tin can anymore, which goes to show how old this is. Comes in a plastic bottle. At any rate, I thought I'd do this kind of a follow-up to yesterday's. I have seen them as big as a quart on gas engines and on steam engines. I've seen them as big as a quart. At any rate, well, thank you.